Hello, everyone. This is Steve from Beyond the Trades, also a proud member of the equitiesetc.com and microefutures.com trading room community. I wanted to take today to discuss not so much a rant, but to discuss what I consider to be a very interesting concept, a very interesting subject that really does not get discussed much in the trading community. Doesn't get discussed much in the trading community for a few reasons. And what I'm talking about here is we seek trading progress and not trading perfection. And one of the keys for that is to understand that many traders, many individuals in life will have addictive personalities. And our addictive personalities can get in the way about trading success. And when I use the term addictive personalities, some of you might be saying, well, Steve, you're not in a position to discuss this topic. You're not a trained psychologist, psychiatrist, and all of that is true. However, when it comes to addictive personalities, I have a PhD in addictive personalities because not only has everything I do pretty much addictive, whether it be eating junk food, whether it be overstudying, whether it be exercising too much or too little. I struggled early on in my life with adult life too, with drugs and alcohol, mostly alcohol. So I was forced to improve myself by going into 12-step programs, working with other individuals along the way and mastering those 12-step programs, but also giving back and helping others. So I feel I am very qualified, probably more qualified than most individuals who are trained psychiatrists, psychologists, as far as addictive personalities goes, because I have one and I've studied it and I've worked 12-step programs. So what does this have to do with trading, right? Not indicating anyone out there might be a drug addict, alcoholic, or overeats, or a sex addict with porn. I'm sure some of you are, okay? But really, addictive personalities can just be a couple of traits. And I do want to go through a couple of traits, see if you relate to any of them, and then what can be done, right? How can this help you in your trading? And first of all, how is it hurting you in your trading? Okay. Do you move your stops? Do you blow up trades? Do you blow up trading accounts? Do you do stuff that you know you should not be doing in a trade, but do it anyway? Is the emotions of money getting the best of you? Do you reach a point in your trading where you lose money? You move the stop, you lose even more money, that the pain associated with losing any more money in the trade isn't going to matter because you're already in enough pain. And thus you just hang in there and it just blows you out for good for trading. Do you have regrets? Do you close the day and your evenings are not feeling well? It's bothering you. Do you spend the weekends can't waiting until Monday comes so you can trade again? Is trading your entire life? Now, there's extents of addictive personalities. And I'm not saying if you have any of those, you have an addictive personality to trading. So please don't get me wrong. So cut this shit if you're going to go on and think, well, this doesn't apply to me. Okay. Because we're going to talk a little bit more about this. Okay. The first thing is the answer to probably all of this is yes. In one shape or fashion, each of us has had that problem. but trading brings out the worst of us. So if you are prone to over abuse alcohol, over abuse drugs, eating, whatever the case may be, trading finds that adrenaline rush. Okay. The trading community, and I do not have statistics to this, so don't quote me on this, probably attracts more addictive type personalities than most professions. And I honestly think a lot of us will agree with that. So I think understanding that is a big key, for us to move forward in this. So what do we do? How do we address this? If any of this is relating to you, okay? I'm in the trading room at equitiesetc.com and microefutures.com. And we joke around. We call each other degens sometimes. We call ourselves donkeys. We get in crazy trades, almost gambling type trades, which we don't preach, we don't teach, we don't want. And we try to address those issues with those traders. And many of those traders we correct those issues with. But many traders, whether they're in or out of our room, are adventurous and risk takers. Okay. And that can be good. Having controlled aggression can be good. Okay. Many traders are obsessive and compulsive. And we mentioned before, many traders blow by their thresholds in their trade where the pain of losing any more money, and listen to this, this is the key, the pain of losing any more money isn't going to matter. We're already in so much pain of losing that money that losing another dollar, another 100,000, whatever it may be, is really not going to affect us any more than the pain we're in. And that's a very dangerous state to go in. And we have great trading coaches that can help you, like Jared Tendler and others, that we do the work that they prescribe to us in the rooms where we can identify the emotions leading up to those points so we do not tilt as they speak. Okay. How many of us are unable to self-regulate? Okay. To not understand it. How many of us do all the wrong band-aid things to do in trading that does not work? And I'll give you an example. Okay. How many times are you having a really good day trading? You're in the zone. You're reading the market, you're reading your trades, you're reading your setup patterns extremely well, okay? Everything you're doing seems to be working. You have an unbelievable morning, okay? And then you decide to stop trading for no reason other than I don't want to give back my gains. I am afraid, okay? So even though you're trading at your best, and you stand to have an unbelievable, profitable day, you decide to stop because you're afraid. And you hear all the time people preaching that, okay? Now, if you're brand new and you feel that if you lose any money, that it's going to emotionally devastate you, okay, then yes, I can understand that. But you're only practicing the wrong behavior, okay? We need to be trading when we're in the right frame of mind. And it has nothing to do with an addictive personality. I'm using the example of how our mind sometimes does not think clearly. Okay. Now, I'm not saying, okay, I had a great morning. Keep trading. If you give 25% of your gains from the morning back, quit. You'll still be up 75% and have a great day. But by still trading, you give yourself the opportunity to have that monster day. Okay. And then the flip side of that is how many traders are just having a shitty morning and trading horrible in the morning. Now, do they stop? Nope. Are they afraid to trade in the afternoon because they can lose even more money? Nope. That goes to that pain threshold concept we talked about a few minutes ago. Nope. They'll keep trading up until the close. And usually, since they're trading poorly that day and not seeing the market, they'll just blow up their accounts or have a horrible trading day. Okay. So traders have it backwards. They stop trading. And this is a paradox. They stop trading when they're trading well and in the zone, yet they continue to trade when they're trading poorly. Okay. So how do we address those issues? The first issues you have to ask yourself, and you have to be honest with yourself, is I'm not saying you're an alcoholic. I'm not saying you're a drug addict. I'm not saying you're overeaters. I'm not saying you're addicted to sex or porn. I'm not saying any of that. I'm asking you on the screen that you're looking at right now, do you relate to any of those bullet points? And if you relate to any of those bullet points, how do you address it? Okay, I think the first, and this is where I'm going to equate some of these 12-step programs, because you have to understand, when I started trading 10 years ago. My first 2 years, I lost. Now, I've been clean and sober for 16 years. So I got into trading 4 years into being clean and sober, 4 years of working 12-step programs. All right. But those first 2 years, all those bad character defects of my addictions, if you want to say, or addictive personality came out. Okay. Although I didn't have the drug or the drink in me, all the poor behaviors in and outside of trading came out. Trading brought that out in me. Okay. Blowing through stops. Okay. Trading to the close when I was trading bad. Okay. Swearing I would never do something again. Willpower, trying to do it on willpower. You can't do it on willpower, even in trading. Okay. You have to do the work. Okay. Watching videos of trading coaches is great. Mark Douglas is a great, great coach. Okay. Or trading videos. But just watching Mark Douglas videos or Brent Steenberger's videos or anyone's videos in the mental coaching community is not going to do it for you. You'll revert back. It's like saying to an alcoholic, I swear I'm never going to drink again. Willpower is not going to do it. You have to do the work. And that's one of the things we do in the room at equitiesetc.com and microefutures.com. We've had Jared Tenler in, a mental training coach. Not only did he give a presentation to the team, he also gave us worksheets to complete, actual work to do on top of the videos and the book study that we did as a team. And those worksheets really dig deep into the issues. Think of those worksheets as like doing the 12-step program if you're an alcoholic. So that's a key. One is the first step, if you want to say, is we have to admit that this idea of having an addictive personality in trading exists, and that willpower alone is not going to solve it. I think you have to understand that learning trading patterns, learning technical analysis. If you're a profile trader, learning profile, that's not difficult to an intelligent person. Yet over 90% of traders fail. And yes, I am saying that to an intelligent person, it is not difficult to master technical analysis, chart patterns, market profile. What screws them up is trading attracts a lot of individuals with addictive personalities, at least on the retail trading side. And it is the mental side, the addictive personality side, that does them in. Now, if you do not have an addictive mental personality and you are not relating to any of this, then this is not for you. I'm not speaking to you. And I strongly encourage you to go to some of those great trading coaches and do the work that they prescribe, like Jared Tenler and his worksheets, or others. But one thing I also want to say is, do not take advice if you're in our trading room or another trading room from other trading members or new members, because they give wrong advice. That wrong advice is quit for the day. Or the wrong advice is, oh, I had a great week on Monday through Thursday. I don't want to give anything back on Friday. Even though Friday might present great A+ setups that you can make even more money on, they're afraid not to. You don't take advice, because most of the time those individuals are just simply losing traders, at least losing as far as retail trading is concerned. You have to take advice from individuals that know what they're talking about for the subject matter. You don't go to a mental trading coach and ask them for technical analysis advice, how to read charts. So why the hell would you go to someone else and ask them for your mental coaching advice if they're not a mental coach, psychologist, or psychiatrist? Or if you feel you have an addictive personality, why would you go to anyone but someone that has studied addictive personalities, worked step programs, and actually is one themselves and have gotten through it as far as trading is concerned? So let's talk about that. How did I get through it? Those first 2 years, I've been trading over 10 years. Those first 2 years, I lost money. I lost a lot of money. Okay. Had I not had a successful professional career where I did extremely well and side businesses, because I've always hustled and had side businesses, even when I was working full time in the corporate world. And I rose up to a high executive level in the corporate world. I did well. So I had a good nest egg to trade. So I give a lot of these credit out there who are trying to build that nest egg up. Okay. And understand that working a part-time job or working a side hustle while you're trading is part of trading. Anything you can add to your trading account money-wise is part of trading. So don't look at that job or side hustle as not trading. It's not one or the other. It's not, I have to devote all my energy to trading and nothing to any other source of income. No, if you feel that you have to do one or the other, that's another sign of an addictive trait that you have. It's not one or the other. You can create side hustles, side jobs, and have that part of your trading because you added money to your trading account. You know, you look at someone like me, I didn't start trading until I was in my 40s. And again, those first 2 years I lost. I lost those first 2 years because of my addictive personalities. I kept moving stops. Okay, it was that simple. Okay, I had to have another drink. I couldn't accept the loss. Accepting a loss to me while in a trade was like cutting me off at a bar. It wasn't going to work. Okay, if I was in a bar and I had money in my pocket, I was a kick-ass type drinker. Okay, I wasn't a closet drinker. I loved to raise hell and have fun. You know, Harley Davidson biker type. Okay, sounds cool when you're young, but when you have a wife and kids, it really isn't that cool. It's time to grow up, so to speak, and that's what led me into changing my life as far as that was concerned. But growing up an Italian New Yorker, I lived a kick-ass life. And that kick-ass life, even though I was sober for 4 years, trying to be a good husband and good father, came out in my trading. And I just couldn't accept losses. I was moving my stops. I couldn't accept having a losing day. I would have to try and get even or get green. All right. I swore I wouldn't invest or trade on news, low float stocks, biotechs that I thought was going to be bought out. Okay. So those first 2 years, I struggled mightily until I realized what I was doing was reverting back to my old self without the drink or without the drug. All right. My evenings, I was like a dry drunk in the evenings because of my losing days. All right. I questioned my abilities. Would I ever be able to trade, even though I was highly intelligent and had a highly successful career, even while drinking? Okay. I wasn't an everyday drinker. I was more the weekends party type, kick-ass type. Okay. Thank God for that. So how could this intelligent person not pick up trading? And I think a lot of you can understand that. All right. So what did I have to do? I had to take action. Willpower, watching videos, reading books was not doing it. I had to take action. And for me, one of the things I had to address was, okay, how do I address this not moving stops? Okay. A lot of you will realize it's random, right? You know, random meaning you just move your stops to random spots. You think you see something in the chart, but I had to be more concrete. So for me, and if you're in the trading room, you understand that for me, what worked for me was using moving averages. Okay. And this whole video or recording I'm doing right now has nothing to do with strategy. So what I said for me was moving averages was real simple. I would identify through some trade idea scans I use, backtested scans, stocks that would be trending to certain moving averages, right? You know, not every stock trends to the same moving average, whether it be because of an algorithm attached to it or not. But the point what I'm trying to get at, and I'll use the 9 EMA because I use that a lot. I will find stocks trending up the 9 EMA or trending down if I'm shorting it. So I know that if it breaks the 9 EMA price, if the price drops underneath the 9 EMA, if I'm going long, that I have to get out. Dick, I can't move my stop, right? I mean, I can, but the point is, if it drops underneath it, the thesis of the trade is broken. In other words, it's just, you know, the whole concept of riding up a trend moving average for me, for my style. And again, it's a lot more complicated than this. I'm just making it very basic for the point of this video is if it drops underneath it, I have to get out. There's just no two ways about it. If I don't get out, and it magically rises it back up and it turns into a really good trade, I can't feel good about myself because I know that I did the wrong thing and just simply got lucky. So for me, I had to start taking concrete action to address in my trading style, the trading setups, the trades in my trading playbook, what could address my addictive personality. And that helped me. What else helped me? Okay. All right. I had to admit it, right? Does an alcohol, hi, my name is Steve. I'm an alcoholic, right? You guys heard that. You guys make jokes about it. You guys laugh about that. Hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm Steve. I'm a trading, addictive personality. Laugh all you want. The point is you have to admit it, that you are not going to do it on alone. How you're doing it right away. You have to admit it that you have a problem. Okay. And then the second thing you have to do, you have to start taking action, changing. And the third thing that you have to do is you have to have accountability partners. Whether you be in a trading room like equitiesetc.com, microefutures.com, you guys know I'm going to have to plug the room, right? First of all, it's a fantastic room, dirt cheap, price-wise, greatest traders, greatest educators, and we talk about what I'm talking about all the time, and we help people individually with specific plans to succeed. But I'm not here to plug it, although I just did. But what I'm getting at is you have to be accountable. You have to, whether it be, people say, well, you should journal. That's great, journaling, but who's seeing your journal? Who's holding you accountable? Are you letting someone else know, hey, listen, I got this addictive personality, or I don't have an addictive personality, but I have a trait. I have this trait, okay? And this trait is that I have to quit, all right? You need to work it through with somebody. And you can't work it through with someone that agrees with you, okay? That gives you wrong advice. That's confirmation bias. You have to deal with someone that is going to smack you upside the head and tell you the truth. And that is someone that has been in the same situation as you, the same problem you had, and now has corrected it and is profitable. And what I mean by profitable is someone paying taxes, capital gains taxes on their income. Not someone you think is profitable because they post something in the chat room or on Twitter that sounds intelligent and you just assume they're profitable. Don't assume anyone is profitable in this industry, okay? Don't. And don't take advice from anyone in this industry that is not profitable when it comes to items that we're discussing here today. And that means, okay, addressing a situation that might not be helping you in your trading. So you need to find accountability partners and people that understand that people are going to smack you upside the head, okay? Not people that, oh man, the market sucks today and I'm losing because so those evil market makers are screwing me and the big boys are going to do this and all that garbage. Stop it. You guys are going to seek out other individuals that are going to give you confirmation bias. So now you're going to feel good that you think you're losing because of someone else, when in reality, you're losing because of yourself and because you're not addressing the situation at hand. All right. You didn't move your stop because of a market maker. You didn't blow up your account by continuing to trade on a day that you're trading poorly because of a large institution you think is screwing you. Stop it and take responsibility. When people come to me and they start blaming other people for their trading, I have no use for them. Get out of here. You're never going to succeed. Okay. No matter what you do in your life, you're probably going to just bitch and moan and complain, and you're going to end up, okay, failing at whatever you're trying to do, or you may succeed, but succeed half-assed, not the way the God potential that you have in yourself. I didn't want this to turn into a rant, but this is going to turn into a rant because the majority of traders out there simply, I don't want to call them losers. Okay. I never want to call anyone a loser, but just stop the damn whining all the time and stop blaming everyone else and stop thinking everything is a scam. Just stop it. It's the rules of engagement. You're in trading, deal with it and deal with your issues that you have. So for me, all right, stop ranting on my end here, Steve. I hate when I do this. I get off tangent, although it's the New York Italian in me. It's probably one of my addictive traits. So I had to do that. I had to use those moving averages, all right, to help me. Okay, now what about other situations? I had to find accountability partners. I had to let someone know I had this problem and they had to help me through it. I had to find someone else For me, I'm not speaking for you. For me, I had to find someone else that had an addictive personality, that understood that I tend to do everything to excess. Even to today, I can't eat one cookie. I can't eat one piece of cake. I'll eat the damn whole cake. Okay. I can't just make $10,000. I got to make $20,000. If I make $20,000, I gotta have more. I mean, it doesn't change just because you take the drink and drug away. You try to deal with it the best way you can. But for me, I had to find someone that was in a similar situation with me, that really understood the challenges I was had, and then I had to listen to them. Okay, I had to listen. I had to stop surrounding myself with people that were like me, meaning loser traders. There's a saying: if you hang around a barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut. And I'll say it again: if you hang around a barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut. And what that means is, if you hang around losing traders in a chat room, outside of a chat room or trading room, if you hang around with losing traders, you're going to be a losing trader. It's going to continue. If you hang around with successful traders, you're going to, good chance you'll be one of those that will become the next successful traders. Okay. And don't get bullshitted by people. Just because someone says they're a successful trader, or someone says they worked on the floor in Wall Street back in 2000, doesn't mean they're a successful trader in 2021. Times change. That's like saying that, you take a professional athlete in 1960 and with the smaller size and put them in today, would they be successful today? No, times change, and so do people. So be sure, if you're going to surround yourself with successful people, that they truly are successful. And then find out what they did to become successful. Find out what they did when they struggled early on in moving their stops, trading poorly to the end of the day because they had to break even or have a winning day. Or if they were having a great day, they would stop trading because they feared giving the money back. How did they come over that? How did they, a losing trader is not going to be able to give you answers to that, because a losing trader never overcame that. A losing trader will tell you, oh, stop trading. If you feel you're going to lose, if you're trading really well, don't give it back. You did well today. Take like what job can you tell your boss? Oh, I had a great week working in corporate Monday through Thursday. I'm going to take Friday off. It makes no sense if you're doing your job well. All right. If you're trading with an edge on a specific pattern, I'm not saying that you trade like a donkey. Those are the days you need to not trade. Those are the days you call in sick. All right. I'm trading poorly today. That's a sick day. I got to call in sick today because I'm not going to be able to do my job well. I think of it that way. But you don't take off a day when you're feeling well and you're primed to do your job. So I'm going to keep bringing that up because that was an issue I too had to overcome. Okay. Or you hear people say, well, if I just make $200 a day, I'll live a great life. First of all, if you're stopping because you made 200 days, you're not accounting for the days you don't stop and you wind up losing 600. It's not the way to look at things. And you need to surround yourself with people that understand that. No long-term successful trader thinks that way or behaves that way. So if you're new and you're starting out, how about you develop the right proper habits right away? So that's a key. That's a key. So how did I get over this? I did the work. Now I had to address some of the issues. Why was it so important for me to have a winning day? Why was it so important for me to have a winning trade all the time? Now I'll be the first one to explain to you, you need to do the work from someone like Jared Tendler's and the worksheets we do in our room. You have to do the mental coaching work from qualified individuals. I'm not a psychiatrist. I can speak to addictive personalities. I can't addict to emotional reasons stemming back from our childhood, but those worksheets sure as hell point them out to us. So what I'm about to say is not coming from me, but is coming from the studies I have done, through Jared, through Brett Steenberger, Dr. Brett Steenberger, and others. Okay. And I did the actual work, which a lot of it is written down work. So you got to address why is it so important to win all the time. All right. One is all of us lack self-esteem. All of us, there's a bit of our childhood in us. All right. All of us had that time that we were picked on as a child. We felt less than as a child. We didn't feel good enough as a child. Money has a way of losing money has a way of bringing out all the worst emotional feelings that are deep down in our subconscious. And we have to address those issues. And it has nothing to do with trading. And most people will not address those issues because it's self, deep soul searching, and for me, so let's talk about me because I can't speak for anyone else. Okay. I always wanted to be a successful athlete. I always wanted to be, that star football player. Okay. And it hurt me when I was a child that, okay, I was okay, but I wasn't that superstar, that I couldn't be like those ones going to Division I colleges and eventually to the pros. All right. I was a competitive person by nature. I had an addictive personality as a child, even though I wasn't drinking or drugging yet. Okay. So I couldn't just play sports. I had to be the best at sports. And when that didn't happen, it hurt. I saw a lot of pain. I remember the times I backed down from a fight. I don't know, maybe I was 6, 7, 8 years old. Okay. And I was embarrassed in front of my friends because I backed down from a fight. Right. That ended up later on having me, become totally different in my life where I had to overcompensate for something that happened on earlier, meaning I myself in a lot more trouble, as a result of I never wanted to feel that pain, of emotional pain, of embarrassment that I felt. So, well, that came out in my trading. So when I would have a losing trade, that competitive nature in me said, gotta win, gotta win, gotta win. Even though in my mind, I knew that, man, the best traders in the world lose 45% of the time. Think about that. The best traders in the world lose almost half the time. And here I am freaking out because I lost one trade or two trades. Like, how egotistical is that? Like, Steve, what makes you so different from everyone else that you cannot lose in a trade? That you have to hang in there and fight it, even if you risk losing all this money that I did my first 2 years. Made no sense. Made no sense until I started realizing it and doing the work. It all stemmed back into these childhood-like feelings that I had that were deep buried in me that were coming out. And sometimes just understanding that, letting the skeleton out of the closet and sharing that with someone else is part of the solution. You wonder why folks go to these 12-step meetings, right? And they share their stories. A lot of people make fun of them, but what are they really doing? They're letting these skeletons out of the closet. I often wonder, and I'll throw this out to the group, would such like Zoom meetings where traders can actually share their stories, not a bitching and whining session, but let it out, admit to others what their problems are, and not seeking solutions from others. Nope. You don't go to a 12-step meetings and spill your guts, right? And then people give you advice. Nope, that's what the steps are for afterwards, but not during the meeting. The whole point of the meetings are just letting out those deep, dark secrets. That's it. No one else comments to you. You just let it. I often wondered if traders did the same, if they got brutally honest with not only themselves, which we can do behind closed doors. We can't lie to the man in the mirror, but I often wondered if we opened up in like a Zoom type meeting where we did that. I don't know if that's a good idea or not at all. I'm sure it probably isn't, but I'm just talking out off the top of my head. If it's not done there, it needs to be done, even if it's privately with someone. Get yourself a trading sponsor, like an AA sponsor. Get yourself a trading sponsor, someone who is successful, who you want to emulate, and have them work with you and help you, and someone that you can be totally honest, hold nothing back with. But do it in a group. We do it in our chat room a lot. We got members at equitiesetc.com and microefutures.com that do that. And the people that bullshit in the rooms, we shut them down right away. We're not running this room, we're doing it for one reason, and to have building a community. And so you don't have to worry about that. So I know I'm rambling on right now. So I think that is a big key for everyone, is admitting it to yourself, admitting it to someone else, taking concrete actions like I had to do with the moving averages. So what would you do? You got to find a way. If moving your stops is an issue, you got to find a concrete way where your trading strategy now is dictated upon a specific pattern where it's simply impossible to move your stop, or your thesis is totally proven wrong. And if you don't know how to come across one of those, you got to work with people. Like, my God, I have like 18 different strategies in my playbook, and all of them are predicated on me not being able to move my stops. So if you don't know how to even do that, you need to get with people. We do this all the time in our trading room. We help new people develop that. So the next thing, and you're going to laugh at me, as much as members in our trading room thank me, okay, for what I teach them, and I'm really not a teacher. I'm really not even a trader. I run so many different businesses. Yes, I trade and it's the source of my income, but it's not my sole income. I invest, I have real estate, I have side businesses. That's really what I like to do. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. Trading, I just love to trade. It keeps me busy. I'm too young to retire. So, and since I have an addictive personality, if I was going to trade, I have to do it well. It goes back to the whole story of my life. I can't just do anything half-assed. I have to do it well. So for those people that come to me and thank me in the rooms for the help, they don't understand. And this is what I'm trying to explain to you. I get more out of helping them than they get out of me, because it reinforces to me what I continue to need to do. Okay. You heard the term 1 day at a time for the addict. It's the same thing with a trader, 1 day at a time. What I did yesterday as a trader doesn't matter. I've been trading the past 8 years successfully, and the past 8 years now going on 9, I'll be paying taxes. I've been trading successfully. It doesn't guarantee that today or tomorrow I will be profitable and do well trading. It's 1 day at a time for trading. Okay. And what helps me stay successful for trading is the fact that I help other people. And by helping other people, it reinforces everything in my mind. If I'm teaching or sharing or helping someone on a specific concept, strategy, problem, okay, I'm sharing my experience, my strength, and my hope. Again, I'm sharing my experience, my strength, and my hope with them, what works for me. So it just reinforces me. It's like studying my notes over and over and over again. Okay, they laugh at me in the rooms because I post the same things over and over and over again. Every morning, I post notes in the room to remind myself, they see it, to remind myself what I need to do during the course of the day. Because I wake up every day realizing that I don't want to go back to my old trading behaviors, just like I don't want to go back to my old drinking and drugging. So it's 1 day at a time for trading too. So I don't know if any of this makes any sense. If not, yeah, you guys can post comments blasting me. I could really, honestly, I don't mean to sound egotistical here. I really don't give a shit what anyone else thinks about me on my journey. I know what I've been through. I know what I'm going through. And I just here to help people the best way that I can. So with that, I'm going to end this. Hopefully someone got something out of it. And if anyone's out there, and I sincerely mean that is struggling with drugs or alcohol or any other form of addiction outside of trading, okay, and you want a better life, okay, shoot me an email. My email's there, mtradingmedia@gmail.com, okay? If any of you want help with your trading and you want just brutally honest, okay, help, we're not going to promise you Lambos. We're not going to promise you shit like that. Hey, listen, most people in the trading room, even our trading room, don't succeed. I think a lot more do because we address the issues like you're hearing me talk right now. But if those of you who are having issues with your trading in that sense, why don't you just jump in for 1 month at theequitiesetc.com or microefutures.com and see if it's for you, okay? And yes, that is the trading room that we have the famous JJ BWAP Trader One, as well as All Day Ray, the Confessions of a Market Maker co-host. and plus other professional traders, a bunch of new traders. It's just a great community. But we do address issues like this in a very upfront manner. So join us if you feel that's your issue. For those of you that might have issues with addictive personality and drugs or alcohol or something else outside of trading, shoot me an email and we can chat. All right, guys, with that, since I'm recording this on the weekend, have yourself a really great weekend. Be safe and all that good stuff. All right. God bless you all. And I'll talk to all of you real soon.